transmissions.
And hello, everyone. Today we have our friend
Raj.
What's up, guys?
R to the O to the J
R to the motherfucking
to
J.
Richard Oakley motherfucking Jr.
I heard rumor there was a theme song.
And the guy walks in. That goes way back, and Raj goes way back. But it's Rich
been a
to
long
the
time.
Oakley to the Jr. to the R to the O to the J.
Cheers.
Raj. And cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to having Raj on the show. I'm really
Indeed.
glad
I just tried to
that we were able to do this.
yes.
Hopefully I
And-
wasn't just too loud, like screaming in the mic. So excited about Raj. But we're
Thank
really,
you for coming here, and thank you for being wild.
thank you for being there.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being free.
So let's start out by discussing some nerdy stuff.
Ooh.
Right out of the
All
gate.
right out the gate, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is gonna get brutal.
It's gonna get wild. I heard that Marvel. Did you hear big news about Marvel?
No, I've been working a lot, so I've been social media blackout.
What's the most recent thing that you heard about Marvel? Plan?
Scarlet Vision and all the movies are all tied together with Loki and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
do know.
Okay. So I heard that they're going to be redoing X-Men.
Yeah. Well, this is where it gets tough because there's already so many friggin' characters in the Marvel universe already that the only way that I could see that happening is if they ever had like Avengers versus X-Men movie, like at the end game.
Yeah.
Because there's so many X-Men.
So it's already kind of too late. So
Yeah, there's so many X-Men.
I don't want to oust Justin with this one because I don't know how.
I don't know shit about shit.
No,
I don't.
I
I've been paying attention too much.
I had to ask.
Yeah, there's so many X-Men. Well, do they have casts yet, or I haven't looked at any of it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that it's just that they're just
Gonna
it's
reboot the
gonna
whole
happen.
thing. Well, they have to. The whole continuum of that whole Fox thing is.
I mean, they have so many rated R properties now, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's the thing. Now Disney owns Aliens,
I didn't know. Oh, that's right.
and they're going to be They're going to be
now
doing
you could-
Aliens movies. Disney.
Yeah,
as
but
a
now you
property
can
has
just
to do
cross
Aliens
them all
movies.
over. Aliens versus X-Men versus Frozen.
But yeah. Stockholders just like abandon ship as soon as they heard.
Versus Star
No,
Wars.
I mean, look, they have so many properties now that what are they gonna do, right? I mean,
They own the rights to. I mean, the number of characters is ridiculous. Just from what they picked up in
Bananas.
Marvel, it was like over 5,000. Like all the background characters and the people that are trademarked that nobody's ever heard of. Same thing with Star Wars. All the comic book characters, all the things. Now they pick up Fox. They have all the Simpsons. They have all. It's ridiculous. So they pretty much own the fantasy realm.
yeah. It's completely.
But as a fanboy, we get the benefit of it. They have infinite pockets, and the movies are great. So it's like, what do I buy into the system, or do I just
Give them your entire wallet.
just nerdgasm all over the place?
Whoa, there's a tapioca.
I always picture like the guy, that little like floating alien, the green alien, the like skippy. It just doesn't know what to do. I don't know.
What do we do?
I think speaking of out of this world stuff, aliens.
Aliens.
If Disney owned aliens,
Yeah, they
that would be intense.
the fuck they don't. I mean, think about
And
it.
they're already. Maybe they are aliens. And they're
They
and
own
they're
the literal
brainwashing
property
us.
aliens,
Yeah.
but they probably own actual aliens. They're like, yeah, we own you now.
Maybe they are aliens and they're brainwashing us.
Oh,
Yes.
don't. There's no conspiracy shit out there, Raj. We didn't bring you on here
But
to
it's
create crazy new
entertaining.
ideas. Start new flat Earth ideas.
Oh no!
how flat
Fuck
Earth-
those people.
Yeah, but that's how that shit starts. Somebody makes a joke, and people are like, "You serious?"
I could scientifically back that in my head.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, you can't. There's no disc floating in fucking space. Absolutely not.
Well, it's weird how every other planet we see is round, and we're just like, we're just flat over
It
here.
might be a flat disc, and we're just looking at it from No, that doesn't work. But I'm gonna make it work in my head.
I don't remember who it was, but they said they should do a reality. Maybe it was you.
Everything
Reality,
else is a sphere
reality
but
series.
us.
Oh no, maybe it was you. Reality series where they have to go look for the edge of the earth.
Yeah.
The flat.
Yeah.
I've always thought that was funny because I was like, that would be the greatest reality show.
Go find it.
Because they just be like, well,
that's always.
oh shit, we don't have anything to say.
That was kind of my theory too. Is that like they would have to orchestrate the biggest, like the world.
They'd CGI it.
They no, I mean the thing is like the world is actively keeping people away from Antarctica and blah 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 because that's the ice barrier around the. In reality, it's this giant circle ice barrier that's keeping us from the edge of the world. No, because you can go to Antarctica and but then also the argument is like, well, they're just. You can't actually get there. Have you ever been there? Can you get there?
I know
I'm like,
somebody that
so
has
you're
been
telling me that the world can't cooperate on fucking trade in nuclear arms, but there's going to be a giant conspiracy that they've all concocted together to keep people away from.
Well, they were all trying to raid
Antarctica.
Area 51 not too long ago.
Yeah, right. So it's
But
just
there's just starving children in the country. But we'll go Naruto run all the way to Area 51.
well, good, because you better fucking do that. You better have Super Saiyan speed or whatever the fuck it is. I know that's Dragon Ball, but you're gonna die while Naruto running to your fucking death, dude. They're not gonna. It's like they can't stop a million of us. Yes, they have more than a million bullets.
That's what nukes
Yeah,
are
they
made
can.
of for. They're in the desert already.
Have you ever heard of like any war ever?
Joe Pesci, Casino Buried.
It's literally a fort. Like it's fortified to take on.
Yeah.
Oh, they can't take all of us. Yeah, they can.
They can. They fully automatic rifles, tanks.
And do you think they won't kill you?
Yeah. It's the
To
government.
keep this secret of extraterrestrial life? Are you fucking on DMT right now? Because you can just meet
they're all
the
scroll
entities
shapeshifters.
anyway. Right. Scroll shape. I was just like, you don't even have to worry about Area 51 if you're already dropping fucking DMT or however you take it.
Yeah.
Smoke it, eat it.
I've never done it.
It's something that I guess is life altering and life changing.
That's what they said about acid and LSD.
He told me about DMT. I didn't even. I mean, neither one of us have ever taken it.
Yeah, I've never.
But we
Mushrooms
both.
will do that to you.
I
too,
can't
if you
do
take it
anything that's illegal. All right.
Yeah, me neither. Ever in my life.
I'd be, I would, but it's illegal, so
off. We don't do those kind of things around here.
it's not a thing that I. Hold on. Fucking just diarrhea.
Ow! Did it hurt?
No, it's smooth.
No buffalo sauce.
Oh, just a little bit. Thumbtacks and Cracker Jacks.
That live resin is fucking unbelievable, dude. It tastes life changing. Nope. Golf.
That'd be illegal.
It's not against any law.
It's illegal.
Ever.
It's a WeGo.
I actually got pulled over.
Seth's
I have
Law.
a headlight out. I got pulled over. The guy's like, "Oh, pulled you over for a felony headlight." Kind of looked at him like, gave him my license. Like, yeah, I got paid Tuesday. He hands me the license. He checks my license quick. Hands it back. Oh, just take it easy. Good fix. Like, then why do you stop me then? Just tell me I have a headlight out? I never get that. It's illegal.
A felony?
No plate light.
Yeah,
trick.
he was joking around. He was trying to be
you were in
a...
Massachusetts, weren't you?
No, I was in friggin' Stratham.
Oh.
Jeez, Stratum.
The highway, Kentucky. No, it's New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Like that shit happens.
I mean, New
somewhere
Hampshire's the
else.
Texas on the north.
Like
Let's just get that out there right now.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but like at the same time, like we do a pretty shit job being the live free or die state sometimes when we're like the island of
Well, you don't have to wear your
prohibition.
seatbelt.
The rest of the states around us
No
all
helmet.
have legalized recreational marijuana except for us. Like everyone around us, like we need to get on.
Well, they are. It's already going back through, and
Yeah, I know. I saw that, but
the problem is they're not going to commercialize it. They just want to. I mean, it's already decriminalized, so you get like a ticket. I mean, but you can still get arrested.
yeah. I mean, and I'm a
driving.
medical patient, so
Right.
So
I mean, they can't do anything. They can't take it from
the
you.
thing
if you're a
is,
medical
it's
patient.
frustrating. Is that cannabis is saving lives literally right now.
Right.
It's stopping people from using opioids.
Yeah, exactly. Alcohol.
People from alcohol. And a lot of people in general are using it to help with seizures and other things.
Well, it's so medical now. It's not just getting grown in somebody's backyard anymore. You know, you go down to Mass, and the places I go have labels that tell you who grew it, where it is. It's all.
It's being chemically.
The science behind it is there now because they can mix and match the THC with the CBDs and the strains now. So it's becoming more medical.
It's phenomenal.
People are buying into it, and
it's an industry that's gonna boom and help the economy grow.
Exactly. Look what happened in Colorado.
Look what happened in the snack food industry in 2019.
Yeah.
We'll go look back in 2024.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm definitely fucking remembers because they had a booming stock here. They had a booming third quarter, and they're like, "Yeah, guys, 2024 was a good year for Prepperidge."
Prepare for the Prepperidge Farm.
Prepperidge Farms. I've never called it Pepperidge. I've always called it Prepperidge Farms. Like they're preparing for they're like all doomsday preppers.
They're like
cookies.
Well, they say Twinkies are supposed to last, but it's really those cookies.
In reality, in reality, every one of those cookies have arsenic in it. And they're fucking everybody forever.
Or to say the same about oxygen.
Just kidding.
Mind-altering cookies.
Yeah, right. They've been slowly training us.
There's sugar, high fructose corn syrup.
Just fucking calcifying the pineal gland like booze.
Can we talk about Dr. Zhivago for a second? The fact that we
you got
Austin just got. Austin's joining us today. He doesn't have a microphone in, but he's just kind of hanging out and doing. No, it's good. We can't spread him out like that. It'll be a real pain in the butt to get it back and forth and editing.
Well, he could probably talk and seriously.
Oh yeah,
might be able to hear.
We can pick him up.
I fucking basically sounded like that for the past couple episodes.
I know. I was gonna say he's like, yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So to those listeners out there, we've updated a couple of things on the gain and stuff, so you'll be able to hear us and the guests a lot better.
We sorry for that.
And today Austin's like our Joe Rogan's Jamie, right? He's just gonna step in and control all the ed. He's gonna look stuff. You're gonna look up everything for us from now on. You're just gonna
he's the guy in the chair.
He's the guy in the chair, guys. The guy on the couch.
The guy on the couch.
I don't like that fucking couch.
That's awesome. I will fucking like that.
Get rid of that fucking thing. Get rid of that couch.
So
Get my couch.
No, listen.
Yeah,
we're gonna
true.
we're gonna get a table. We're gonna get a table so we can no more transference
I'm
of
not
sound.
sitting on the
I've
yeah, he's gonna park a spot on that.
I'm getting the table
up there, like meditating.
Here on Abstract Transmissions, we like to fill your time with our business decisions.
What do you think we should do?
What do you think?
Let's talk amongst ourselves.
Down in the comments below of the YouTube that doesn't exist yet.
Like, subscribe,
call now.
Well, we're gonna get there eventually when we care. But for right now, we don't. So thank you all for listening. All of our 285 listeners out there, we appreciate every single one of you guys.
Yeah.
For listening to us ramble anyway.
Yeah.
It's great. So we really we have a blast having guests like Raj on because it's a real good back and forth. Just kind of.
Indeed-erino.
Yeah. So
Oakley.
What's on your radar this week? What have you been doing?
Not really.
What's been happening? What have you noticed that's caught your interest?
I've been making a lot of music.
Nice.
Bingo.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of keeping to myself.
That's
fucking
yes, dude.
Not going out too much.
Yeah, dude. For real.
It's played out.
Yeah. It costs money, man.
It does cost money.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to just stay home
playing
with
a
a
show
six-pack
or
of
something.
PBR and just...
Yeah.
I can see the benefit. I'll spend money if I'm playing a show and go out, but that's it.
Yeah.
I never go out.
Yeah.
If I do, it's usually the brick house because
It doesn't matter what I do, I spend money.
yeah,
I've never had a home.
everything's
so
expensive right now.
It's
nothing's free.
Yeah, no.
That's what you're like a gypsy. You run around everywhere.
Wild.
Nomad.
Yeah,
Vagabond.
nomad's small.
Call me what you wear.
Kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of like all my stuff fits in my car. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
You've been just like writing like layering stuff for recording.
Just really barfing out anything I can.
Yeah.
Like just
But
here's
like
some stuff, but kind of looking over it like a little bit, just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
So it's not complete fucking garbage.
Sure, yeah, but no, I get it. But no, it's a really good way to write. It's just because it's just like I call it like diarrhea of the mind because it's just shit that comes out really fucking fast. Yeah, dude. And you don't think about it. You put it together and
but
you
it
layer
comes
it.
out beautifully.
Bingo. Yeah.
Somehow it does come out like, and okay,
comes
we'll go with that then. like what the fuck?
I hope we recorded that.
Yeah. No, I that's I don't know. That's just what
I love that.
It's just,
no, dude, was that recorded? Fuck yeah!
Damn it!
It's
Do
just
it
like,
again. I don't know if I can.
It's just a waft.
Oh man, waft.
A waft.
That's a waft and a loft.
That's right. You can't. You really just sometimes you don't control what comes out, and it just
I wish I had that ability because I have to like you guys and Devin too, especially like the shit that comes out of your brain. So I'm just like, what? Like I have to sit there and physically like, all right, think about something.
Yeah,
and I'll just stare at the wall for like 25 minutes and I can't do anything.
I wish I could say it's as good as what they both write. I mean, I like what I write, but I just say it's not as complex or I don't know. I mean, I like some of the creativity, but it's a lot of it's verse chorus.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of emotion. It's emo, if you will.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of, but it's weird because I always had a problem with emo always being kind of like a lack of emo.
But all music is emo.
Yeah,
all music is emo.
Well, yeah, it's some sort of emotion.
Yeah, if you're not playing with emotion,
frustration, or,
right?
Except for like more technical music, I would say he starts to,
Yeah, well, yeah. There's you have ballads and all that stuff, but I mean, most music, even country, I call farm emo. Because it's literally just.
Oh, it is actually
for sure.
Think about that, yeah.
Just they're sick. They lost their tractor. They lost their wives.
Or farm pop.
You don't understand me.
Farm pop.
Oh,
rock.
I just pictured like a country artist like cutting their life into pieces. I can't picture.
This is their last resort.
Yeah, this is my last resort.
Pop rock. That's what farm pop rock.
Well, no, apparently it's turned into white.
Some of it.
Bread hip hop.
Hip hop.
It depends.
Hip hop. It exists.
Hiccup. Okay, well.
Oh, that's a good genre.
Hiccup.
Hip hop.
Let's dial back to that. That's interesting.
Hip-hop.
Hip hop anonymous. Yeah.
Hiccup.
Had a baby eats a boy.
Bob had a baby pizza boy. Had a baby pizza boy. Yeah, he was a little baby pizza
Bob,
boy.
we had a baby pizza boy.
I said that the other day
Bob.
at work.
He had a baby. It's a boy.
Oh, look at this little baby pizza boy.
If you are old enough, listeners, you know what I'm talking about. We know what we're all talking about. Because all three of us just not automatically know what we're talking about when we say, Bob, we got a baby pizza boy. Who was that? It's Bob. They had a baby. It's a boy. That commercial
boy.
It's a commercial.
It's a pizza boy.
And it's a pizza boy. Bob, we got a baby pizza boy.
I can't think about that for too long.
Laugh at the microphone.
Let me get water.
It's bananas. Bananas in pajamas. Coming down the stairs.
Coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was some unacceptable shit. Banana in pajamas, dude. Who the fuck got to sign off on that shit?
If you look at all cartoons, though, they're all fucked up.
That fucking rhymes, so
Better than the Wiggles.
sold.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started on the Wiggles. What's up with the Asian dude? He's lazy. It doesn't work. Like, what's going on?
Boobas or whatever.
No, the
Boobas
friggin'
definitely
Teletubbies.
not
Teletubbies were fucked too. All of it.
Well, yeah, but we grew up. But what you can say that our stuff was
straight up though.
Dude,
like, can I just get paid to drop acid and make children's ideas? Because that's what they're fucking doing.
That's what I'm saying. Every animal that we ever saw.
Away from my kid. Because if they're coming up with that shit in their own mind,
but every cartoon we've ever watched, think about it: Tom and Jerry, Sylvester and Tweety, Roadrunner and Coyote. All they ever wanted to do was kill the other motherfucker. And now everybody's like, why are we so violent? I don't know, because the WB made me watch Looney Tunes every Saturday morning, and all they did is want to kill each other.
Oh, they used to show people parting each other's fucking haircuts with fucking shovels and stuff?
Oh, yeah, but what's really interesting is that the stuff that
you would have to be Saturday mornings. Yeah, you're right. You couldn't just be like, let's go watch a cartoon.
Where you could watch a cartoon. And you had maybe 2 channels early in the morning on a Saturday, and if your TV had more than 3 channels, you were lucky.
Yeah,
it's true.
You had to get up early for that shit too.
Yeah, like 5
and if you had to go to the bathroom, Jamie, get in here. Ninja Turtles is back on.
Yeah, explaining. Let's just talk about this, because explaining that to my child, who has no concept of what cable TV is, because I haven't had it since before.
You don't need it anymore, unless you need sports or news.
I have no desire for either of those. I'll find them on my own.
Yeah,
sports newscasters.
News I will find on my own.
Yes, exactly.
And ultimately, everything is automatic and instant. So it's like he has no concept that you used to like have to watch things on a certain channel at a certain time on certain days.
TV guide.
Yeah, you have to look it up, and then eventually it was fancy because there was a channel that told you.
Yeah,
but you have to sit and wait and watch it
forever
because then you miss it.
They still have it in hotels. Yeah, or I had tracking on your TV. You couldn't get the pay-per-view, so you just track it and you get all the pay-per-view channels.
Ridiculous, man.
And then you get the blurry screen. Right.
If you know what this blurry screen is, you're a bad boy.
All that shit. It drives me kind of crazy to think that they're not gonna ever have any kind of concept of
there's a television museum somewhere out there in the Midwest.
There is, but it's not the same. Like we used to have to go outside. Like there was nothing on TV for us to watch, so we went outside till the streetlights came on. You know what I mean? Ride our bikes around, get in trouble, steal people's shit, whatever, break stuff, whatever you did when you were kids.
Yep.
And
roll pumpkins down the street.
Now they all just like do it on Minecraft. Ooh. Now they do it on Minecraft. Now
pumpkin bowling.
They go break each other's forts. It's like, let's just break. I don't like you. I'm gonna break your fort.
I remember building several forts, even some treehouses.
And then somebody comes in and they're just like, I will destroy your treehouse that you made.
We were talking about pumpkin bowling, and back when I was a kid. Oh Jesus! I don't know if I should admit to this.
Is
it past 7 years? It's been 7 years. Yeah, it's been 7 years. Oh, sorry. Rolling down the street
in my 6'4",
sipping Indo,
sipping on juice with a pumpkin.
With a pumpkin in my hand, and
I fucking bowled a pumpkin, and it was a pretty green pumpkin. Still, it wasn't completely like. It wasn't ready to go.
It wasn't ripe yet.
It rolled, and we thought it was gonna like blow up and all in pieces or whatever once it hit the. There used to be like a ramp of kind of like tar at the end of a street in Rochester. Unless I already said it.
No,
you don't have to give it.
Good. And
with like anonymous street.
We friggin' bombed
Sesame
down that street.
Yes.
And fucking hung out the window and just kind of got it rolling fast enough and kind of slowed down and let go. It was perfect, and it just rolled, and I thought it was gonna go and hit the side of the house or something like that, maybe, and it went launched right through the fucking window.
Oh.
Smash right into their fucking living room or wherever the fuck it was. At 3 in the goddamn morning.
Go.
Yeah. Go. I'm like, fuck.
Man.
Get out of here.
Yep. So,
imagine that people wake up 3 a.m. They're in the living room. They're like, I'm hungry for pumpkins.
If that was your house, this is a fictitious story in your life.
That's what insurance is for. That's what insurance is for.
So
insert blame character on somebody.
Brutal.
Somehow it was the husband's fault. I don't care who was in that story.
Yep. Well, he brought it upon himself.
I think those people.
You sleeping with that hoe again down the street?
Park the house there.
Yeah.
There you go again, me cheating. It's all your fault.
It's just a pumpkin.
Just a pumpkin, folks.
How old were you when you did that?
16.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
16.
Look what I can do.
Oh, jeez. They did a lot of shitty things when I was 16 to 17 years old. But I mean, think about it. It was like right when I was like 15, turning 16, right when it was 2000. So I remember Y2K. And
Oh, my God.
I had a bug out bag ready.
Yeah.
We didn't call it bug out bags back then because it was before that even concept of doomsday prepping or anything even existed.
We've survived 3
no
doomsdays.
concept of anything like that.
Yeah.
At least 4 because Jesus isn't back yet either.
2012 doomsday. Yeah. Y2K.
Unless you talk about Jesus, in the kitchen.
Shit. I didn't really think about that. Y2K.
Y2K 2012. Sure, there's another one somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Jesus is supposed to come back at least 4 times. I think we've had like 3 Antichrists.
What's funny about that is I was really like I was 16. I was like I just turned 16. I was like banking on this shit happening.
4 times.
So I had a backpack filled with like Molotov cocktails and shit
I don't have any.
because I thought it was cool to be, 16.
Yeah.
Thought I was going to be an anarchist. And
Anarchist cookbook.
the world's gonna catch on fire. Or something.
Unfortunately, it can't work that way, but
No.
It's like all
No, it
the
was dumb at
socialism and
16.
the
It
capitalism.
was
If you
really
had a little
stupid.
bit enough of it, it would be good. But you
Oh, I still went out and threw those fucking Molotov
well, that's
cocktails.
what I'm saying. Like we still that's what our generation growing
Fuck
up
this.
with. They grow up now and they don't understand that you used to go out in the street and do those kind of things and like. It was like a punk rebellion almost.
Stupid apocalypse
like,
didn't fucking happen.
Yeah, why didn't it happen? Now I'm gonna blow this shit up. I would wait for this to happen my whole life.
Little 16-year-old shithead I was.
Oh, dude, we used to go. I lived in we lived in suburb Maine. I lived in suburb Maine. Me and my friends used to go. Nobody locked their doors, so we just go raid cars all night in the middle of the night.
Oh boy.
Nobody ever knew.
Oh no.
That's
Well, I do now.
Well, everybody knows. Suburb Maine.
Yeah,
I didn't give the town.
suburbs.
But
Yeah.
anybody
Nobody
that knows
knows.
where I fucking came from.
And if you know,
Now
you don't
know.
actually know. No.
Not that I'm incriminating myself because everything I say is subject.
Yeah, it's subject to
scrutiny.
story.
Yeah.
Here in Abstract
It's
Transmission,
fictional.
we
Scrutiny.
like to, we like to talk about things that may or may not have happened. Yeah.
Middle America.
Whoa.
I'm falling down the stairs. He's a little pizza boy. I'm falling down the stairs. He's a pizza boy.
It's a pizza boy.
It's a pizza boy.
It's a pizza
He's
boy.
falling down the stairs. I'm a little pizza boy.
Dude. I'm a little pizza boy. He's falling down the stairs. Good God!
He's all
Did
rolled
you have
up,
a stroke,
like the
sir?
whole crescent there, like the tips like rolled up, rolling down the stairs.
I'm going to act like a red carpet. I'm a pizza boy.
I'm a pizza boy.
I'm a little baby pizza boy.
time.
I'm falling down the stairs.
It's
and
like
catching myself.
It's like
as a pizza boy.
there's this kid. When I was Austin. It was in your car, wasn't it? When I was 16, there's this kid that I really disliked.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say who he is,
No.
But he knows who he is, and then anybody who knows him.
Yeah, we were in
knows
my
the
car. I told you to do it.
Yeah, I really dislike this kid.
At home.
Yeah. No,
Well, they know
moral of
who
the
it
story
is.
is you really should never
Nobody
door
likes
check
this kid.
anybody because this is I totally door checked this kid on a bike with like it was like an old like 80s or 70s like what was that thing? It had a big heavy door on it.
Chevy Nova.
No, 1986 Oldsmobile Delta Royal.
Oh my
Coupe.
god.
Yeah, there we go. And put my feet up on the door, and my back up against the door rest.
Yeah.
I mean the armrest that went down in between. It was like a bench seat kind of layout, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And the thing, pull the arm thing down. Use the thing as like the door door handle like a trigger, and just flung it right open. Took the kid right off the bike. Fucking he
just dumped him out.
But he jumped me like before that.
Oh yeah, so screw that.
It was a big
forget
mess.
that.
Yeah,
that's what we used to do. We used to yell at people. We'd be like parked at a stop sign, yell at people inside their house, and just like, "What are you doing in there?"
Lots of irresponsible decisions when you're a younger kid.
Steal stuff. Yeah.
That's
when you're supposed to have your fun. You turn 18, you can get arrested.
It was more than I got beat up a lot. I started to get sick of getting beat up all the time, and started retaliating as an alternative. Rochester turned me angry. It turned me into kind of a.
This New Hampshire can do that. It's Texas up the north.
It was crazy. It's still New Hampshire, though, of all places. People like Rochester. Rochester's
compared to the rest of the country. Yeah, it's
some
rough,
areas.
But compared to the rest of the country, like you think about
New Hampshire.
I'm gonna get all racial. It's the white part of the rest of the country. Like the rest of the country, you go and white's kind of minoritized depending on where you go. Don't quote me on that, but
right, because you've got like white ghettos in Rochester, New Hampshire.
Same
like,
thing.
Definitely,
same thing.
I grew up on
Portsmouth.
in those.
Same thing, yeah.
And it's changed. It's evolved some, but
Manchester, like
it is what it is. It's not anything that's against it. I mean, and it proves the fact that there's no such thing as a racial stereotype at all.
Right, exactly.
Is that you can be anywhere in black communities or white communities and have the same poor, disparaged people.
Yeah.
That are, no offense, but shitty fucking assholes sometimes. Most of the time.
It is.
Like there's a lot of substance use and stuff that it's just a spiral, and unfortunately, it's a trap of being poor.
The government.
Well, that's the thing.
It's the government.
Again, with the whole UBI thing, the whole UBI thing being a really big facet to that in helping communities like that exponentially.
If they really wanted to help, it'd be helped. You know what I mean? There's money out there, but it's being spent on sports ball and people's political
just priorities.
The amount of money that gets spent on political campaigns is. It's fucking ridiculous.
All right,
like,
so
why are we spending money on
this? Is a big we're not always politics driven, but the last night was the Iowa caucus, and they still don't have the results yet.
I've seen that, man. I was going to talk to you about that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hundreds of billions of dollars.
It should be pretty.
Well, it
Honestly,
was
right there.
I don't think we need to run around in circles like a bunch of
listen. At the end of the day, there's a ton of people that have a ton of information right now, and they're just not releasing it. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, they don't know how to process it.
And some of the people, they
don't know how to hide.
Yeah,
what they want.
This is the thing.
It smells like shit.
So from the inside,
that's the only positive thing I've ever said about this whole Trump thing is that it just exposes fucking everything.
Yeah,
it exposes everything. Now they can't hold down Yang. They can't hold down Bernie anymore because if they do, it's going to blow up.
They've got to squish 3 candidates. Think about that. Tulsi, Yang, and Sanders. All 3 of them. And the thing that you're watching right now, and this was last night, is that, of course, I can't see how it turned out, but I watched... Austin can attest to this. I watched it for hours, and he was just God, and he went to sleep. And I watched it for hours. And I cycled between 4 different stations and people that I knew that were on the ground in Iowa live streaming, letting me know what was going on. And the fact is Yang killed it last night.
I'm sure he did.
On top of Bernie Sanders. So the 2 contenders here is going to be, and this is how it really appeared to be, and this is the problem, is each precinct is different. Each area is different.
Well,
and there's
you have like a
hundreds and hundreds
section.
of precincts.
Depends, but
and caucuses are weird and how they work. Some areas, Yang wasn't viable, but there's areas... Most of the areas, Biden was not viable at all. So what to take away for anybody who ends up listening to this is that Biden lost last night.
Of course he did. Now they're trying to cover it up, and that's why it's taking forever.
Well, no, not so much that.
Oh, I know. Don't you smell shit? It just smells like poops.
No, I'll actually say that that's not it. Biden is taking one for the team. Buttigieg is the one that I think they expected to do
I was just
really
about to
well
say that, man.
and didn't. And he was the first to come out saying, we were the winner last night, blah, blah, blah. We're glad to take a victory. He claimed victory.
We won, but we didn't, but we won.
Yeah. So
it's fucking
I
weird.
think what happened is
it's all a racket.
Sanders or Yang won first place or second place, and they're trying to distort the data because they have it and they can. And the problem is they're going to go against what happened on the ground last night. And I saw, and there's a lot of areas that Klobuchar remained viable. Actually, there's a lot of areas that Yang remained viable, better than a lot of other contenders, and there's areas that Sanders.
Well, that's how it's all going to be.
Ton of area.
Yeah.
But I think that these smaller areas that they didn't get a report on all went to Yang, and I think
they don't know what to do. Yeah, he nickel and dimed him. That's what I liked about Bernie Sanders when he first ran the first time. He didn't get his money from his PAC. He nickel and dimed. People supported him. Same thing where you're saying, he knows he's going.
But I saw a lot of small precincts from live streams that were going to Yang and going to Bernie.
Yeah.
And a couple of people to Warren, or a lot of people to Warren and Bernie, and then a couple of people to Yang. It would vary all over the place.
I just feel like with some fine tuning, somebody's getting fucked.
The fact is,
let me put the little twist of the mustache.
Warren did bring
more fucked.
some votes last night.
Yep, a little bit of that, a little bit.
And not a ton. But she did do some. But I think that Buttigieg was expected to do way better than he did and didn't. And I think that the DNC is expecting Warren and Buttigieg to do way better than they did. They didn't, and now they're still in there. They vote. They got votes. Of course, they're all going to be in there. But they didn't do better than they thought they were going to do. I think even Klobuchar probably did better than one of them. And that's something that I'm calling now. I could be wrong about it, but I just go with my gut and what happened. Just seeing a lot of people on the ground. But again, it's going to be biased based on what all the different places.
All biased. Every single last part of it is biased as fuck.
Well, now that they're not releasing it, now that they're not releasing it, everybody's like, okay, we're calling bullshit.
It's like Risk. It's exactly like Risk.
The mainstream media is calling bullshit.
They've broken
down. When the
down.
Mainstream media calls bullshit, it's probably fucking bullshit.
It got to the point where there's no way to hide it anymore. Like people are getting fed up with the system. They're getting fed up with the way things are going. They're turning into mental health, which is another subject that is a huge subject in this country that needs to get touched on. It's at an all-time low right now because, or I would say high as far as people having it. One of the 3 people.
I've been mental all my life.
Seriously, me too.
Heard that.
Whoa.
Try to give them daps. I'm punching microphones.
It's all right.
I've been fucked off mental all my life.
Yes.
It's okay because that's how Joe Biden is going to approach domestic violence. He's going to punch at it and punch at it and punch at it.
Domestic violence.
This is a real thing that I think that is a big concern, is that the mental health in this country,
it's
but
terrible.
also in our area, struggles a lot.
Look,
there are not as many issues, I think, driven towards substances. People blame a lot of people's self-will and ability to keep themselves from substances, but I think a lot of it has to do with mental illness.
They're not taking the substances because they're taking it because they want to escape.
It's a mental
they want to
health
escape
problem.
Reality issue.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a mental health issue. It's not a substance abuse issue.
I mean, until you get a hold of it, that's what it is.
It's a mental health issue that turns into a substance abuse issue.
It's easy to hide, but you need to be able to pick yourself out of it. That's
you
the
can't afford
deal.
Therapy. They make it
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even I've been to
ending.
therapy. It's garbage. Like there's the right one, there's the right person, there's the right place to go to. But when I did it, it was trash.
Yeah.
And you get that, some people, or some counselors or some therapists It's like, oof, this doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
And then some find people that do work for them. And
UBI, it wouldn't just be so I can get that fourth microphone that we don't have right now.
Right.
Or it's also so people can pay the bills so they don't fucking slip through these mental handicap. These
right.
mental the mental health cracks. These handicaps.
War on mental illness.
But it's the stress. Of this country is a direct cause of mental health, and they can get back into the marijuana thing versus the alcohol thing. Marijuana helps people, yet during the Super Bowl, there's nothing but alcohol commercials.
And they canceled that.
You know how much money it costs
medical
people?
Marijuana commercial.
Yeah, and you know how much money it costs in this country
too.
And
they
just
screwed them by not telling them about
government,
it until they just bailed.
Police, fire,
money, though, I bet.
car accidents, fetal alcohol syndrome, medical problems. You know how much in taxes it costs us for alcohol, but yet it's the most advertised drug out there. That's what people go to. You're not allowed to go to a certain job
caffeine.
Unless you take a drug test. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do? Well, I'm going to drink my ass off, and
pretty much.
So why can't you smoke weed? It's the one drug that shows up on a drug test. You can do everything else and be done in 3 days.
That's absolutely right.
So I don't know how this went.
No,
fucking 9 ways to Sunday, but yeah, I
that's
believe
what we do here at Abstract Transmissions.
that the legalization of marijuana will help in the mental health field, because there are ways to get certain things that could, your insomniac will give you an indica, you can fall asleep. You want to stay awake and busy, but you have social anxiety, we'll give you a low dose of THC with a little bit of CBD.
Unpack that, because I don't think that cannabis works for everyone.
It doesn't. Everyone,
I think it could.
Acts differently.
It's an acquired taste.
It's like Adderall. Like, I don't understand how kids with ADD who are hyperactive take a methamphetamine and are now calm. I don't get it.
I'm not saying that people should use CBD strains, but there's some CBD only strains that have almost no THC. That are very relaxing. You don't get that psychoactive high.
No, it just kills all your
You've ever had
soreness.
a somewhat good experience with marijuana, but then there's been some times where you're like overwhelmed and like anxious. It's usually because the THC is too high. So but there are some people out there that just don't like it in general, and actually
it's the smoking aspect that a lot of people don't like. And that's why the edibles
that end up getting cancer. Yeah. Because here we're discovering that that you may be able to stave off cancer. Legit studies saying that you may be able to stave off cancer by just having small amounts of cannabis introduced into your bloodstream on a normal basis yearly, whether it's THC or CBD. That CBD helps fight tumors, and that CBD prevents them from existing.
Cool.
And the American Cancer Institute is recognized this as a fact now, which they're putting up on their website. That they're accepting that
it.
Studies have shown, and now
we finally found the one thing that doesn't cause cancer.
And now, just
holy shit, what do we do?
Show
Bloomberg's gonna take it away.
Pretty much.
They alter the way they word it multiple times on their website to now recognize it as just like a matter of fact thing.
Yeah.
But you could tell that to somebody who's just like, no, marijuana's bad. They'd be like, fake news.
Yeah, but they're boomers.
Showing facts. Yeah, Bloomberg.
Boomers.
Yeah, okay, Bloomberg.
Okay, Bloombergs.
Okay, Bloomberg. Okay, Boomberg. That's what it was. Okay, Boomberg.
Boomhauerberg. Okay, boobs.
Bloomhauer.
Bloomhauer.
You're nothing.
Somewhere.
You don't know. Get rich.
We're going down, bear.
I think that
in Bloomberg.
We trust.
In Bloomberg.
Like they're on the spot, dude. Oh man, that's terrible. Don't make me envision that in my head. Like a picture of Bloomberg, like Mayor Bloomberg. He's
like walking
up. He's wearing
frantically
a dress
with a briefcase. Backwards. Oh shit! Trips over like a fire hydrant. Lapels. I didn't do it.
He's wearing a
wig. Little baby pizza boy.
He's wearing. He's wearing a ridiculously tangled wig and like a punk rock dress, like nothing really very Nirvana of him. You know? Okay, Bloomberg.
Listening to garbage.
Bloomberg.
I'm only happy when it stains.
That guy was like paying people in a jail to fucking call. He was like using not paying. He was using prison labor to phone bank. Like I volunteer for Andrew Yang and I call people, and Bloomberg was using fucking prison labor.
Wow.
To call. I'm like, dude, what? And I'm not taking any candidate.
Do I have a moment of your time? On the other end is fucking a gun pointed at him.
Shiv comes right through the phone, right in your ear.
Digital Shiv. They what's funny is he's not asking for campaign donations. He's just paying for it all himself.
So we paid the prison to have people work for him?
Yes.
So, but he's not. I was like, oh, but I thought you were paying for yourself, bud. No, you're not really paying for yourself.
No,
you're using prison labor.
Yeah,
New York prison labor.
He's paying somebody off to use them, is what he meant to say.
It's such bullshit. All of it is just garbage.
Hey, Warden, you need a new car?
Look, and that's what Bernie's got a strong argument for, is that it's a rigged system and whatnot.
Oh, it's all rigged.
So he's got a valid point.
It's all
but his
ribbed.
solution is all wrong.
For our pleasure.
For our pleasure.
A lot of his stuff is behind the times.
Yeah. I don't think that we should be trying to make a new Bill of Rights or something like that.
No, what
like,
we need is what's happening is you need a younger...
Jobs are right. It's like, no, they're not really.
You need the older generation to take a step aside and let the younger generation come fix the mess they made.
Yeah, I mean, we can have...
But it's going to take another, 12 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be
that seems fair.
Yeah, it's going to take at least another presidency before...
The argument is that we don't have that time and that we're doomed.
No, tomorrow's a school day.
Yeah.
No snow. We're getting up, fucking strap your fucking selves in.
You know, I'm 38 years old and I've been doomed my whole life. Like, apparently I'm just doomed.
Tomorrow's school. Fuck.
It was
that sucked. It's like,
there's no apocalypse tomorrow. We've already used too many snow days for the year. No apocalypse allowed.
And live there until I'm 78, and all of a sudden when it finally happens,
pick up your blocks, please.
And I die of a heart attack before it happens. Like,
pick up your blocks.
Pick up your blocks.
Pick up your blocks. Don't leave those on the floor.
I own 1,700 guns. Why?
Drop
the apocalypse.
Your socks. Grab your cocks.
Because my government has more.
Okay, well, the government's the first thing going down.
That's why we have guns in case of zombies.
Second of all, I'm a hideout with like ramen noodles and like a little Bunsen burner torch and just hang out with a Game Boy until it draws out for like 2 weeks. Just sit in a room and wait for it to happen, and all of a sudden I walk around and start picking up pieces. It's like, oh, here's a gun. Thanks, guy.
Everyone's
9mm, perfect. Probably everybody has those.
This worked out. Everyone's dead. There's guns. This worked out swimmingly.
Yeah.
And I beat Pokemon Silver.
It's like Fallout, except for everyone's just dead.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like Fallout, except for everyone's just dead.
I am Legend.
Wah, wah, wah. It's like your biggest sci-fi fantasy, except for no, it's not.
That's kind of what Fallout 76 did. You open up from the vault and everybody's dead. There's no NPCs. There's no live people.
No, there's nothing going on. There's no mutants. It's just barren wasteland, and everyone died.
Theme song from Incredible Hulk.
You can
comes
still
on and
scavenge this wasteland. And you can still wonder what happened and kind of piece things together, but everyone's just dead. And it's boring. And you're basically playing the game.
The theory is that somebody's.
The last survivors fought very hard indeed. And then they starved to death.
Of Missing 3 for PS2.
Hey, that was my jam, dude. I loved all. I had
PS2.
missed.
Yeah, like 5
I've never
now.
seen it for anything other than PC.
Yeah.
Oh really? Yeah. No, I never had PC, so I had to get them on PS4. They're really hard because you had to find like the place that.
PS2.
Well, I mean, sorry, not PS4. Jeez, PS1, PS2. So they had Myst 1 and 2 on PS1, I think.
Yeah.
And then they on PS2 they had Myst 3.
Yeah.
I love those games. I really appreciate the creativity they put into those games.
The gaming,
the puzzles, and it was amazing.
Yeah, the gaming industry gets a bad rap.
Really?
Know? Well, I mean, look at the media. Look at the media.
I love that. I didn't know that. I love that game. I love those.
No,
games.
I'm just saying the gaming industry in general. People don't understand like the brain power that goes into figuring out like games like Myst or games like other games like role playing games and stuff like that. Or you can cosplay sports on there. You know what I mean? I was telling somebody the other day about the Super Bowl. Oh, you guys all going to cosplay their sports team? They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you dress up like your favorite team player like we nerds do. You know, and it's just this whole like infinite universe of stuff that people can do. So I lost track of my train of thought there.
Yeah, that's fine. I did too. What were we talking about?
The gaming industry. That's what I mean. It's like the expansion of the mind. Yeah, it sucks you're staring at a screen all day, but I have to figure out problems, figure out ideas, do math, read a lot.
Yeah. Oh no, it's amazing. What they do is magic, and it's like Joe Biden trashing on gamers and saying, "You guys create simulations that kill people. It's just trash." But you just basically, I forget what he said, but he just trashed on these guys that like. They're saying what we do is art. What we do is,
art.
And he just trashed on the guy, and it's just like, for real? Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, you're a dick.
Yeah,
you're a real asshole.
Yeah.
Like what he said to this other guy on the thing too. They're like, you need to just go vote for somebody else or whatever. And I go, whoa, fucking okay. What an asshole.
Yeah.
It's
like asking people to not, like, you're just so cocky. Like, that's the type of person that'll be like, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you. I know who you are. I hate when people say that.
Right.
So it's like, why the hell would you act that way? And the fact of the matter is gamers are actually helping with mental health again. It can go one way or the other. There are instances, there are extreme cases.
No, it absolutely is.
But, they made this game where I can go kill people, so I don't actually go kill people.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I can get some frustration and anger out. Mm-hmm. Or we used to play Destiny. I called it Destiny therapy. I'd have a bad day at work. I go home on Destiny and just shoot aliens.
Yep.
Doesn't mean I'm going to go shoot fucking people out in the street.
Right, but it's a good way to
mentally...
That is, and this is why it was great that we got to have you on, because you've gone through so many different like industries and different types of jobs.
Yes,
and stuff.
I have.
And we like to talk a lot about like the economy out there and like people to paint the economy as being so strong, but it's really not. And there's a lot of people that okay,
it's not because people don't want to work.
You shouldn't have to go home.
Right.
Your life shouldn't be like going to a job that you like kind of feel passionate, you don't really feel passionate about. You're like, it's okay, I don't want to blow my brains out, so I go home and then I play video games so I don't want to blow my brains out. Like, I feel like that's my experience in life with a lot of my friends. And video games keep people really positive and happy. But don't you think that fundamentally it's wrong in the economy that for so many people's lives that they're turning to video games, alcohol, opioids,
movies, sports, TV,
anything?
The reason people are so wrapped
is such a necessity
now. Yeah, and that's the thing. The whole sports deal. Like, everybody's wrapped into sports. To me, it's a racket. It's all fixed. Yeah. It's enjoyable, and I've played sports and I've watched sports and I get it.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's an escapism. It's like a Final Fantasy X thing with Blitzball. It was like a way to escape.
It is.
A way to escape that whole thing.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with escapism.
There isn't, but you're right. It shouldn't be that way. I should be playing video games because I'm having fun while I do it.
Not because I'm like, God, I need to fucking escape this fucking shit.
Right.
That is existence
and that's why people get pissed when they're playing games.
That feeling.
Yeah, you play online. You play online with people, and they actually get legitimately pissed. And it's like, listen, if you're not having fun anymore, don't play.
Yeah.
Like, I there's times where didn't have a job and I'm playing video games for 3 months straight, and it sucks because I get into this little hole, Eventually, though, when it spaces out, you know, you have work and stuff that you have going through, you enjoy it more the time that you have to actually play. So anything in moderation.
Like, I genuinely like gaming. Like, so I don't think that it's all about just escapism either. Like, I feel like there's a lot of benefits to gaming when it comes to creativity.
Right.
Your ability to think around corners.
Right. It's an interactive movie or TV show.
It is, and it's fascinating what they've done.
People are like, oh, have you seen this TV show? Have you seen? No, but I played this game, or you have played Death Stranding, you know, or Standing, you know, and what you said is just like a cinematic. It's like Last of Us is just a cinematic
masterpiece. Awesome, what they do with these games is amazing, and as they continue, into this this industry, you're going to see things fundamentally change more and more to benefit everyone.
Right.
You know, as different types of genres and different types of, like, the video game industry originally was a toy industry, and they divided it into boys and girls. So they stuffed video games with boys.
Well, there for a long time there wasn't even girl, like it was all boys in video games. You know, Pokemon didn't get a girl until like the third generation or something like that.
I don't think fairly representative of all interest groups, and I think that's changing. It comes
it's
right
wicked
down to
changing. Not anymore. You go to a GameStop, it's all geek girls. They're you know, our daughter's age or whatever.
Of course, but still, I mean, the titles and the options for them are still, in a lot of ways, still kind of limited.
Yeah.
But you're seeing more and more change. Obviously, Death Stranding is a good example of that. Not because it's like very friendly to, you know,
right.
But because it is a niche game.
Yes.
And it only fits a certain type of people that want to
play it. That's how Final Fantasies are.
Final Fantasy is the same thing, but you could say the things like Katamari and...
Well, that's how everything. Like, all my friends grew up wanting to play sports games, so I grew up playing sports games, and then I found, you know, hey, I just want to go play this story-driven game by myself in my room for a few hours.
Yeah.
Or 45 to 70 hours.
Way to experience
in like 3 days.
The immersion that is gaming. But there needs to be more, I guess, more diversity in that aspect. There is now,
and that's the same thing with the Marvel movies.
It's getting better, but it'd be great if they keep on doing that.
And that's what they're doing with the Marvel movies.
Because they could expand an entire market and make a ton more money.
That's what I'm exactly.
Now,
you know,
which is crazy.
You boot out the white man, now you put in the female or the black man or whatever. And
not even just character based, but like marketing the type of games, like Just Dance, things like that. Like, that's the only thing that's option for, you know, that's not gender biased.
Right.
Like, a lot of things are like driven towards action, function, driving, games like Dirt. Games
simulation,
like, you know, games that are more boy driven because the toy industry was driven that way. And I'm not going to say it's super biased.
Well, it is, but the
biased.
Same thing is like, you know, same thing with my transgender son.
It's games that are not always, you know.
It's the same thing with my transgender son. You know, my ex said, "Oh, well, he's not out playing with bugs and eating mud." I'm like, listen, girls can do that too.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing with the gaming industry. Girls can, you know, she can be a girl and still want to be a badass, you know, like fucking orc warrior.
Right.
You know what I mean? With, you know, mango teeth and
I guess it's not even like driven towards gender. I guess it would be more driven towards like, well, there should be more games that are just all over the, like games like Life is Strange.
Oh, I never played that.
I didn't either.
I have that on my library.
I didn't either, but I watched a good majority about it. I understand what it is, and that the first game. And games like that aren't necessarily. I'm not saying that's driven as a gender, you know, market, you know, or demographic. But they're more. It's way different than other games that existed, and it is a completely different demographic. But I think the nice thing about that is it opens a whole other facets of gamers that didn't necessarily exist before, and has created a new generation of gamers, like you were saying that, you know.
Well, that's the whole idea, is the gaming industry allows you to, like, you know, even with your avatars, you play stuff like World of Warcraft, and girl meant guy in real life. You know what I mean? Because it's a girl character, but 9 times out of 10 it's a dude. Yeah, whatever. That was a way for him to express himself. So in a certain way. So if you can immerse yourself into the characters, then yes, you're right. It can become gender unbiased.
Don't you think that, like, now, given the new direction, I guess where I was going with this is like there should be that kind of cushion, like somebody like yourself, big into video games, comic books, you should have a YouTube and focus all your time on, do something like. Oh, I'm not saying that this is what
right.
But having something that you really feel passionate about, being able to reinforce that, instead of doing job A, B, C, D. Yeah. Because that was part of the thing that I wanted to talk to you about. In Justin's
I've been talking to a lot of people about
just
this.
Just like I've had the experience. Too. We've all worked different jobs. Yeah. We all met at different times, but we all worked.
We've all worked together at some point.
In a kitchen, in the same kitchen, for like a corporate kitchen. You know, and
well, that's what's different about my job now. It's not so corporate, which I like. Which Orchard Grill at the Applecrest Farm. There's my plug.
That's awesome.
We just opened. But yeah, what like you said, I was in the restaurant business for 12 years. I got out and did CNC work. Like I went to community college and everything. Did what I was supposed to do and get a real job. And like. It all sucks. Like that's the problem is like it all sucks. Like even people that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to college hate their fucking jobs.
I love my job.
So why are we prescribing that as being the solution to these kids that we're sending out into the job force instead of telling our daughters and sons
it's like fuck your creativity
family,
that's what I'm saying.
Get online or get on the assembly
that's what I keep telling Devin too. I'm like, get online to sell. You could sell this shit for money. Like some of the stuff you guys do all together collectively, like if you had the right market or a right in or the time to just set up a website and get the business license and all that crap, you can make money off of it. People
but you're saying that like the society is saying fuck your creativity.
Yeah, it's like but it's like, but I totally hear you that like just be creative.
There's still a market for it underground. You know what I mean? Like
there is.
There's still like that hippie mentality where there's like the
biggest
people
export.
that are still.
It's our biggest export as a nation if you think about it.
Yeah.
Music, entertainment,
entertainment,
Hollywood,
period,
everything. Mm-hmm. Like the rest of the world is like watching us as a reality TV show all the time, basically,
all day long.
And we're like
teeter-tottering, and they're just making fun of us.
What the fuck is the United States doing now?
Like,
holy shit, they can't
guy?
figure out their
caucuses.
They can't figure out their own goddamn political elections.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, that's the thing though, and. We we really need to be focused on like Justin's strengths as a human being, and I'm not just placing this only as he's very creative, but
same dude. I mean, you got the band and everything going. You got your foot in there too.
Very creative.
we should focus on our creativity.
The problem is you can even go into the schooling. Like the first things that go when they have budget cuts aren't sports. It's arts, music, all that stuff. Why not sports?
They gotta save their athletes.
Because they gotta make sure that there's a boys and girls team for each sport. They gotta make sure they have at least the 4 major sports. They gotta make sure they have all these other. But what about the kids that are being creative and getting thrown to the side?
I never did any sports at all.
Yeah, I did for a little while up to my sophomore year, and I started smoking pot and said, fuck this, because they're stupid. I was like, what am I going to do with these? I don't even care anymore.
I didn't do sports because I was told I had to shower with the boys.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Well, good thing you didn't go to boot camp. That was a scary situation.
It's all changed now. It's 2020.
Everything's changed.
Yeah, no, that was a bad. That was like 30 guys. You just in a circle.
I signed up for all of them. They all told me no. Well, then guess what? You.
So, I mean, I think that
now I'm too mental.
Arts and creativity are a big focus and really should be what we're doubling down on. This is like what's that guy's name? Gary Vaynerchuk or whatever. Gary V. If you haven't checked him out, check him. Yeah. This is motivational kind of guy. He's a YouTube personality. Yeah. Like he made money off of YouTube videos and winery and this whole thing. But I think he's got a pretty good perspective on the fact that we need to stop focusing on the shit that we're not really good at, and you know what, it may not make us money right away or whatever, but we're gonna be happier. Right. Focus on the things that you're really proud of and passionate about and good at. Double down on that shit. Yeah. You know, if you're making a bakery, if you're a baker, that's your jam. Be a baker.
But you can't do that with standardized testing in schools, or you know,
we need to just get away from that. Though.
The teacher comes in and he or she is gonna teach with a curriculum with a certain way, and they can't deviate from that. You might You might learn visual. You might learn by listening. You might learn by having to write it down. You know what I mean?
Hands on.
But they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna fucking deviate from their major day-to-day plan because they're fucking miserable too and have to go home and drink themselves to sleep, or maybe not afford cable, so they have to. Yeah, they don't make enough money to do anything. So the whole system's rigged to fail.
ADHD
it sucks.
A good example of like,
and it goes back in a circle with the mental health, and now you're just doing this giant circle.
Big old circle jerk.
Yeah. Dutch rudders for everyone.
pretty much.
Dutch ovens for everyone.
Dutch ovens.
Well, here's the thing that like
in the circle jerk though. Oh,
kids need to fit into these boxes, and if they don't, then they have ADHD. They have these issues.
Beating your dick. And smelling farts. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I heard the song when I was little. Hip to be a
So
square.
completely different.
Yeah,
A whole completely different direction, you
It's
know.
not hip to be a square.
That escalated quickly.
The prescription for everything isn't
You're
just
welcome, everybody.
All of them dead.
stuffing kids in boxes with Adderall, you know. Just feed them.
But that's what they do. I had a friend who had an uncontrollable kid, and we both know him, and I won't say his name.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what to do, so he finally decided, I'll go get this kid Adderall. And he came up to me the next day. He goes, it was the worst thing that ever happened. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I gave him the Adderall to think he would calm down, and all he did was jump up and down the walls and rip shit off the wall. I'm like, because you gave him a methamphetamine.
Yes.
He didn't have ADD,
So,
apparently.
I'm not
going
gonna trash.
A
I'm
trouble
not
kid.
I'm not gonna trash. People who need to use these medications for their kids.
I don't
or people
either,
who-
but I think it's all rigged.
I've
I don't really
struggled-
think. I don't know. I don't.
Well,
get it.
all right. So I was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of like 6 years old, and I was on those medications better part of my life.
Right.
And right now, I just started taking Strattera, which is a non-amphetamine.
I'm okay with that.
I can't use. I can't go without. I've tried to go completely without it, and honestly, Adderall and those other medications,
tried, like,
they help.
and all the
But
other
I don't
ones.
like some of the. I've tried Concerta, I've
they're
tried
all garbage.
Vyvanse, I've tried Adderall, I've tried Ritalin, I've tried everything, and I don't like the impact.
Right.
From some of those medications, but by choice. I know that they do help. And,
Yeah, they help. They help.
But I've struggled on and off my entire life with these, so on and so forth. So I do think that there's definitely it's legit. But I think that
but
argument,
in the way it's rigged, you can go. It's not all legit.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, I think a lot of it, especially a while back, it was like about making money off of prescriptions and
$5 a pill.
But
fucking $7 a pill.
But I think that people, like myself personally, like I struggle a lot with it, and I'm trying to go the natural route and adjust based.
Well, that's the way.
on-
Yeah.
Don't do that. You'll end up like me.
I'm trying to adjust based on what my my personal.
Right. Well,
I'm trying to eat healthier and exercise and
well, that's what you're trying to find your own.
Plus a Strattera.
You're trying to find your own pH balance, is what I call it, because every human is different. Like everyone tells you what diet you should go on. I can eat junk food all day and I'm still 160 pounds.
Right.
That's not the same for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
But that works for me. But everybody telling me that I should eat this, this, and this, and this, I don't need to right now. That's not the same. Like you might feel better with bananas. You can't eat bananas. Everybody's makeup is so different.
Yeah. At the same time,
it really is.
You have to find your own.
Like if I don't drink a lot of water and eat certain types of foods or whatever, I notice an impact to my ADHD symptoms if I'm eating.
Well, hydration is one of the biggest.
Fucking
consuming a ton of
hydration
water.
is super important.
I never knew it as an adult. The greatest liquid of life would be water.
Good quality fats like egg whites and avocado and all that stuff. I do notice there are some differences there if I'm going just straight natural, not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I may find myself where I'm trying to use small amounts of Adderall or Ritalin again to, I might be my psychiatrist might end up. Look, you've tried to go long enough without it. Better off, even if it's just small amounts of it,
right?
That help.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that it turns into large amounts because eventually it doesn't.
That's if you feel like it. So I've been in that with that before, where like I start out and it really is really effective, and then the effectiveness kind of tapers off.
Yeah.
But I don't change it. I just leave it there.
Just leave it there.
I just keep taking the same amount, and I don't go under that, and it's still it's not as effective.
Right.
But Right. I'm in a routine.
Not there.
It's not there, and it is actively helping. There. Whereas if I took it away, it'd be a lot more difficult.
Well, yeah. So, not only that, you'd have to deal with like the.
But I'm hoping that the Strattera and the changes in my lifestyle will help be as an alternative. But there are people out there that struggle actively, and they really do everything. And if they don't have that medication, it's just no option. Like they really do.
There really isn't.
It's such a hard thing.
I've been on a bunch of medications for, long story short, I've had some trips to the mental institution, and they've put me on certain medications that I just ended up throwing away. It was like, this is not for me, but they were adamant that I take it. So I said, okay, I'm going to listen to the doctor. I'm going to take them. And they're terrible, terrible medications. So you're right. There's no real way. What I actually find helps me is the weed. You know, certain types of weed that I find that I can pick and choose to help with either anxiety, or if I want to stay awake and not lose my shit, I can take a sativa and go to work and kind of be all right.
Well, that's
and it's a medicated way, but that's why I'm so adamant. Like now I'm not on any medications, and I've felt better than I ever have, because now they're finally like all out of my system, and I've just been able to, it's all a mental thing. Sometimes with the medications, it just ends up clouding everything, and you just think it's like an escape. So that's why I don't understand it. Same thing with the Adderall. If I took Adderall right now, I'd be like, whee! Yeah, I go cut your grass with scissors right now. You know what I mean?
Whereas I could be silent.
Yeah, where you just calm down.
I would like go in like the corner and like fix your PCR or something for like an hour.
But I mean, even if you look on TV, they're trying to sell you drugs, which I just call it human testing, because essentially it's just you're calling up like, give me the drug. If I get diarrhea, blocked arteries.
I hear the side effects.
Boy,
like, no, I ain't taking any
but they're out there playing volleyball, like yeah.
Have you guys seen that? What is it called? It's
doing that playing volleyball.
Claradrill.
Yeah, something like that.
It's Claradrill. It's one of the
Is this
Claradrill? It's one of those. I think it's an Adult Swim thing.
Claradrill.
It's called like footage of a bear, unedited footage of a bear, and then you check it out, and it just shows this bear kind of sniffing. And everybody's like, people are just like, oh, hold on. And then frickin' right afterwards, it's like this mock commercial, and this lady's on the playground with her kids. And do you ever feel like you just, don't have any energy? And then it just from there goes on to, and it shows the symptoms.
Would you like
include,
to fight a bear?
Would you like to fight a bear today? It's
No, I have not seen this.
It's fucking.
What are the side effects?
I gotta look that up.
It probably cures. That's the one I used to love. Is I have restless leg syndrome. My everybody I know will tell you I sit here and shake my leg. It's a twitch. They have a word for it now. It's called restless leg syndrome. You can get a pill for it, but I might get liver failure, chronic diarrhea, nausea, headaches. So basically, I'm going to be incapacitated, whereas I could have just been like, what's going on, guys?
Side effects.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? I used to have that same problem.
Yeah.
I fix it without drugs. I don't have that problem anymore.
Just break your kneecaps.
That is one way.
Break them. You don't fucking need them.
I want that experience. I did that with one of my legs.
It's not possible for everybody to just cure
as soon as you start doing that,
get
up and try to
those folks out there
dance faster.
I see what you're saying. Just get it all out.
Yeah.
And then sit down.
Yeah, because it's
suggestion.
That's a good idea. Because I want to keep getting up and dancing, so I'll just be like,
start playing Dance Gents.
Moonwalk to the bathroom and fucking diarrhea your brains out from the symptoms.
Yep.
Oh, here it is. It's unedited footage of a bear. Infomercials, Adult Swim. Fucking wooey. It's really good. I gotta send you guys. I seen it like 4 years ago, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Rememberable.
Rememberable.
Like
Bob, we ought to be
the remember berries.
Rememberable.
Bob, we ought to baby eats boy.
Had a baby pizza boy.
Had a baby pizza boy.
Pizza boy.
Time to deliver a pizza, baby pizza boy.
Time to deliver baby pizza boy.
Also, this house has people in it. That's a good one too. Check it out.
Tell me more about this house. That
Can look at it.
We are those people.
We're in this house.
Pizza Road.
it's time to deliver a Pizza Road.
Pizza Road.
Time.
Pizza time.
Pizza Road.
I have to tell it now. This is a joke I
For
tell
all
to
of our
every
weird-
little kid I tell to life. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Pizza.
We didn't get to discuss.
Pizza Ho.
Pizza in your face. Every little kid loves it because they're like, yeah, I want pizza in my face.
That's
Pizza
great.
in your face.
That's a good one. I don't have it.
That is
It's like
good.
the ultimate dad joke. Like,
write that
pizza
one
in your
down.
face.
In
So-
your face, pizza.
Before we continue, we're doing things a little bit different
Pizza space.
with advertising. Before we're doing kind of this cheesy advertising thing that I was doing before, but I'm not going to do that anymore. Now we're just going to kind of talk fluently about
What is the product and how does it work?
How do we
It's
sell
great.
it?
Is
Well,
it?
no, well, that's just the thing. It's for today. I mean, this is going to be a new thing where we're kind of just talking about random things that we like. We're not getting any type of kickback or money or anything from these people. We're just we really like these brands and we like to bring them out. So it gives us an opportunity to bring up somebody that we each like. And one is always, I always bring this up is. Because in the past I've had like these ad things that we put in the middle, but instead we're going to do things differently.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were kind of cheesy. I'm not really good at doing ads. So for the record, I really love Quartet 19. I'm wearing one of their hoodies right now, actually.
What does that hoodie say?
It says North Central Positronics. So,
And what is that referring to?
Oh man. It refers to the company in the Dark Tower series that creates basically the end of the world, essentially.
Yeah.
But the bear is like a guardian of the beams. The main basis of it, there's a tower, and on these tower there are beams.
Intersectional beams.
That is just like a multiverse.
Well,
it's essentially a multiverse. But
That's
yeah,
exactly
so it's
right.
it's like this corporation that grew up through our generation that eventually caused like the end of the world. And then eventually wants to like tear down like all of reality.
Right.
That's a pretty good summation of the whole thing.
Yeah, without having to give away too many spoilers.
Interesting.
So those each beams, they're different intersectional beams. One of the guardians is Shardik, and Shardik has like this little weird like dish in his head, and so it's cool because it looks like the California flag.
Yeah, it does look
but
like
I got them to do it on a yellow hoodie, and I was really pumped about this because it looks just like the California flag.
I like the crimson eye too in the corner.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool too. Done. So it's a little faded now because of me washing it, and it's got I can't have pastel yellow. I just get everything dirty. So, but I love this hoodie. It's my favorite hoodie. It's so comfortable, and I'll continue to love rocking this. But these guys are great. They have really phenomenal screen print and quality stuff. But more than that, you've got to check it out. So if you love the Dark Tower,
yeah, I do. Ooh. It's one of my favorite book series of all time.
Man, I spent a whole bunch. I spent like $100 something bucks or whatever, just got a ton of stuff because I really needed shirts as it was, but I really love their designs.
Yeah,
and
well,
stuff.
you're like me though. You'll ride that till it dies, basically.
Oh yeah, and I've got a bunch of other stuff. Like I've got one that says
these
Oi
jeans have
on
a hole
it.
in it. I got pajama pants underneath there just to keep the
Oh yeah,
I still wear them.
So like Pennywise is one of the things that I don't think I've seen up is like any type of like screen printing with Pennywise.
Yeah,
I've seen them a ton of Dark Tower stuff.
That's cool.
And you've got to go on their website. So it's Quartet19.
Quartet19.net.
Yeah.
Which is that's a good reference.
Yeah.
And how do you spell such?
Katet.
Is there there's no hyphen?
Yeah, actually I think there is. Yeah, there is a hyphen.
Yeah.
And then .net.
It's a wheel.
If you type it into Google, it comes right up because it's all their apparel and
their logo.
Oh, they're really great material. So everybody, give them a look. Check them out. I can't get enough of their prints. If you like Stephen King, The Dark Tower, and
where are they located?
Green Mile, California, actually.
Oh yeah.
And I came across them just as a Stephen King fan, and just absolutely fell in love with their prints.
Yeah.
And then
you have another
contest
shirt, right? That I think it's
I've got a ton of their stuff. I've got several of their shirts and 2 hoodies.
That's cool.
Yeah. I was really I saw the Oi hoodie. I'm like, oh man.
Oi. Little back talking bumbler.
Yeah, little Billy Bumbler. So to anybody that is a big fan of the Dark Tower, but it's Stephen King in general too. There's all kinds of Stephen King.
Well, that's what people. It baffles my mind because people they're like, yeah, I love Stephen King. I'm like, have you read the Dark Tower? They're like, no. I'm like, then you've read Stephen King.
Yeah,
because he literally incorporate Father Callahan from Salem's Lot is a main character in 2 of the books.
Do you know a lot of people that are Stephen King purists don't like the Dark Tower?
Yeah, I know, because he throws his whole car accident thing.
I don't care.
But it's a
awesome.
It's a multiverse. He included himself. He broke the 4th wall and included himself in the multiverse.
It's very rare that you can break the 4th wall effectively.
Yeah.
And we're spoiling things.
Well, yeah.
Oh God!
Well,
what are we doing,
nobody
Raj?
even knows. By the time they get to that book, they're going to be like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack from everything we're saying.
What is going on? I need to read this again.
It's really not huge, massive, I think maybe that is a little bit of a spoiler.
A little bit, but not too bad.
It's not.
There's no context behind it.
Yeah.
There's so much other stuff
folks,
that goes on. Sorry, folks, we haven't read the books.
Lose some listeners over that
They're
one.
over 12 years old.
You've had long enough to read the Dark Tower series.
I usually give about a good 3-4 week before spoilers go out.
After that's fucking
you spoiled Darth Vader.
Speaking of which, can we talk about the new Star Wars movie? Have you guys seen it yet? I heard mixed reviews, and somebody said they hated it, and it was a piece of garbage. I'm sorry. I love it.
Yeah,
every minute of it.
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was really good, but I fell asleep through a small section.
Oh,
so I don't really know what happened.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was excellent. And there's a lot of things that we discussed last time with our last guest, Gary Drake, about some of the things that they threw out of the universe that it was just unnecessary for them to toss out. They had a really good material.
Well, he had to fix the whole second movie.
I like the new stuff.
It was fun.
And I'm always going to give them my money. It's like, shut up, take my money.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars. Here you go. I just want to read it.
Absolutely. I love it. But I have to say, overall, I think that we really need to look at fan services. Like, it's not as much of a priority. Like, people need to stop being so obsessed with being everything's gonna fit what they want. I think that.
Yeah.
So Gary's point was really good, valid. Yeah. They tossed out a bunch of stuff that I really wish we long for. But for me now, I think about it. And I've had some time to think about it after the conversation that we had on the podcast. And I think about it and I go, at the same time, it's not realistic that they're going to be able to turn all of that perfectly melded universe and continue to build off of that.
Exactly. It's just like comic books.
And have it be a franchise.
It's exactly like comic books. Like think about when comic books started.
So it's all marketing, money, and
I mean,
at the end of the day, that's
the storyline the comic books are construed because everybody comes in and there's a new person to put a new fresh title on it.
Yeah.
Just like with the movies, I don't want it to be an exact comic adaptation because then I just read the comic book.
For sure.
Same thing with the books.
So, in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes.
Could exist, right? I mean, theoretically, it's enough multiple.
There's no way for us to know that.
Multiple universes. This is the argument of the Dark Tower.
Always has been.
Yeah.
That maybe there's maybe I can actually get a light. Maybe I'll be able to get my hands on a lightsaber. Just kidding. That's where we're going with this.
That's a good
Maybe
movie.
I could get my hand on the lightsaber.
You should have seen Jackie Chan's new best movie.
Oh no, it's garbage.
No, it's great. He didn't even watch it. I watched the whole thing.
I
you got no idea how awesomely.
I watched
bad
12
it is.
minute of it, and I just wanted to.
It's
just
called Kung Fu
go
Yoga.
away.
I recommend it for everyone.
It's terrible.
Downward facing dog.
Best class in your life.
Thanks, Austin. So my perspective on the whole thing is that in a galaxy far, far away, maybe they're the alien life trying to reach us. Maybe it's Star
that's what
Wars.
I'm
It's just
saying.
Star Wars characters.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way of knowing.
Just kidding.
That's how all RPG stuff is.
That's how it's gonna work. It's all gonna tie in. So no, the only reason I'm saying that is because it brings us back to the thing that we didn't discuss: aliens.
Aliens. I think we are aliens. I don't think humans belong here, and that we are actually the
Going
aliens.
to the light till we
Made it again.
Remember that? You know,
No,
Tim and Eric.
Power.
Tim and Eric was just one of the most creative genius. Okay, we went on a tangent again, but for the record, Tim and Eric, creative geniuses.
Aliens.
Hilarious. Aliens. Salome.
Good.
Aliens.
New movie.
Yeah.
They put out some
We're not giving them a
quality
plug.
product.
We're not giving them a free plug.
Prometheus.
Prawns. Songs. Listen, aliens are probably trying to avoid us.
I think they already control us.
Yeah, I think they
Maybe they're just kind of
they
like
might not give a
back.
fuck.
The
They're
Abyss.
just like,
The Abyss. Have you ever watched the movie The Abyss? That's where I
That
think we're
movie's
at.
awful.
I know, but that's where I think we're at. They're just like waiting.
Yeah.
They're just like wait.
If we're gonna send Tommy Lee Jones in the water, I'm not paying for it a second time. He's doing it of his own money.
Twice? We sent
He's
him
like,
twice?
look into my camera.
The Abyss was just like the Sphere.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Sphere.
Don't you
awful.
dare. That's a Michael Crichton
Lawrence
classic.
Fishburne.
Yeah, the book was great. The movie was trash.
What? What is it?
The
Put
Sphere.
Sam Jackson
The
in
Sphere.
the
The
Sphere.
Sphere.
You're
The
not gonna have a good
Sphere.
The
time.
Sphinx.
The sphincter.
The sphincter.
Wasn't
The
terrible.
source. Little stink nugget.
Wasn't that great?
I love that movie.
I own it on VHS. I own both of them on VHS.
I love the book is what it comes down to.
Or
I
it's more.
just love the book.
Love the book.
I really love
the book.
Michael Crichton novels in general, but
And Drama of the Strain was a good
but
book.
so I mean that would be the most likely is that if we were to actually meet aliens, it wouldn't be like creatures.
I think we would have
a
never known.
sphere. You know what I mean? Like a sphere of golden liquid that's technically a computer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like that's what more realistically of what it would probably be.
Yeah.
You know what
Aliens
I
are
mean?
like a puddle.
I think
They're
the
just like.
closest thing we have to it being exactly right would be Arrival.
We need.
Ooh.
That's what I think
Yeah.
we would have to deal with.
Well, which Arrival?
The first one. The only one. The one that
The
made
one with-
sense.
I remember
First
in
they
that
turned
movie.
into crap
The
after
one with
video
tiger
game.
blood in it.
Yeah, Tiger Blood, yeah. I got Stone
Charlie
Blood, so it's
Sheen.
okay.
The Arrival.
Christ.
Is that the same?
it's
The
one
Arrival
which-
with like I
Yeah,
think it was the second one. Like the guy
that was
went
the
like
first one.
snap and
Yeah.
like bent his knees and
Yeah.
then like jumped up in the air.
Kangaroo, yeah.
Yeah.
That was-
real.
Like Men in
Wow.
Black.
That
almost.
messed
The
my
Men in
brain
Black
up a
guy.
little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I need an adult.
Mom.
I need an adult. I think humans are the aliens. I think
That's
it-
what I'm saying.
the
Arrival was
natural
pretty accurate.
wildlife that belonged here is what belonged here, and we destroyed whatever belonged here with an asteroid, which may or may not have been dinosaurs.
Well, hold on a second. If it was
Could have been
an
a
asteroid,
culmination
how
of
did we do it?
different.
How did we do it?
We didn't do it. An
Our,
asteroid
our
did it.
dying planet was
Asteroid
dying, and we
did it.
just threw our DNA into an asteroid and said, "Go fuck up another planet."
Just
don't.
barfed a nut into space.
You only have to tap.
I load comets.
Cosmic ejaculation.
You only have to tap it. That's exactly what he said. Cosmic ejaculation. You only have to tap it.
That's what he said.
Only have to
You
tap
just
it.
gotta tap
Just
it.
gotta put it-
Cosmic
just the-
ejaculation.
just the tip.
Go just tap that. Tap that.
Look
big
at the
bang.
amount of look at the untold
Tap that
damage
big
humans
bang.
have done to this planet.
Tap that big bang.
Tap
that big bang.
Tap that big bang.
It's just the trip.
Just a
Just the
Just
trip.
a trip to the end of the flat Earth.
Fuck, that was a trip, bro.
Hey there, man. Can you show me the way to the trip museum?
Hey there, Moon Rocks. Can you do that?
We're going to go on a trip.
Tripper Bond.
Man, what are the people? What are the people that aren't listening to us right now thinking out there? From the future.
From the future.
Because you think about it, are there people listening right now? Technically, they are.
Technically, yes.
Always and never.
Because time is
I'm
not.
gonna go. I'm gonna go Nickelodeon on you. Remember the Alex Mack show?
Yeah.
Where
Well,
they
let's
had
sneak on the orange couch and talk about
They
it.
had Pete and Pete. Yeah, it was on next to Pete and Pete. But they had the aliens came down because they had like a radio signal that went out, and eventually after it was like an old radio signal, and after like 35 years they finally came back to the planet. We're like, we want to listen to this radio. It's like, dude, it's been 35 years. So yes, I believe that all of our transmissions go out into space. They go out past
Yeah.
you know, whatever, and everybody is monitoring the Earth. If there's life out there, they're looking at us going like, stupid Americans.
So I'm actually making a different claim.
Send them some coronas.
That's
virus.
Goes great with Lyme disease.
That's kind of,
Corona's alive.
They go hand in hand.
that's a good one. Put the
It's
lime
like cranberry
in the
and
coconut
vodka.
Everybody
You drink
dies.
it down, you feel good.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we'll be immune to it.
Everybody dies.
Put the lime in the coconut and everybody
And you
dies.
shake it all up.
That's
Lime in the
terrible.
Corona and
All right, no,
do
go
the
back.
hokey
What
pokey
were
and
we
you turn
what
into
were we
a
just
slut.
talking? Hey, what were we just talking about? You guys,
Aliens.
aliens. Yeah, but
They are illegal, right?
no,
Oh.
no.
Put
What
the
were,
lime in the
They're
Corona.
going up to a gray,
what were
going
we
up to a
talking
gray
about?
alien outside your window. You're illegal, and all of a sudden, like,
What was
you
it?
just hear
What
in your
was
ear,
it?
and you can't move.
What was the thing we were talking about?
Birds of
About
prey.
aliens.
Oh,
Yeah, again.
aliens.
Yeah, no. That's
Yeah,
not helpful.
Ariano.
Arians.
Arion.
Arianis.
Arianis.
I can't
Look,
get
Ma, it's an Ariani. He's
Oh,
falling down
yeah,
the stairs,
I
turning
got
into a
it.
pizza boy.
it. I got it.
Baby pizza
I got
boy.
it. It wasn't aliens anymore.
Oh,
We
what was
changed. We were talking about people who are listening to this.
Oh, yes.
Right?
What they were thinking.
That they're going to hear it down the road. It takes time for it to reach the stars. So, but I was saying that the people who are going to hear this, like it's being recorded right now,
Right.
it's going to be released for another week or so. That those people that hear it are actually hearing it right now, at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That the time
There are
differential
baby pizza
doesn't
girls and
exist.
pizza
It's
boys.
happening simultaneously.
Thank you for listening.
You folks that are hearing this all for the first time are hearing this right now.
I'm hearing this right now.
I'm glad we were able
But
to
see,
get back
here's the
to
messed
that
up thing.
point
For us, it
because
will be a memory. For them, it will be now.
real time. yeah.
Yes. Which is why time is just a construct and only exists because the sun revolves or the earth revolves around the sun.
Well,
Which brings me to my next point. There could be life on other planets, but we can't conceive their time.
Nope. Because you said that time
Timing
exists
bond.
because they're
Can't
revolving. No,
conquer our
time
ocean.
just
You don't get to go.
time just exists because of gravity in real time.
Right, which
and
means that
space.
Neptune's time is completely different from us that we can't even comprehend.
but that's a different thing. You're thinking of it like because it revolves around the sun.
What I'm saying is if
is
every
it-
planet revolved around the sun at the same time, and
The
they
time
lived
span
in the
would be-
same time, you would be able to acknowledge their presence.
their time would
That's what
vary.
ghosts are.
Yes.
You go the opposite direction. It's
Yeah.
like spinning your finger in a bowl and
Yeah.
then going the opposite direction.
That
Oh,
argument
oh.
would be that their time would vary depending on how fast they're orbiting, and that wouldn't actually
does.
happen. It doesn't. No. What,
But if we lived on Mars, our
Whoa.
years and days and planets and whatever would be a complete.
so
even
that's true, but those are just
Hmm.
revolutions. What I'm saying is that you're thinking of time and revolutions. What you think
That's what
should
it
be
is.
thinking of time
It's
is
like a streamline.
no. You should be thinking
Revolutionary regionals.
of time. You should be thinking of time as like a bowling ball sitting on a trampoline. That's what time. Okay. The fabric of space is is a trampoline. The bowling ball is gravity.
So then
and
you're
the
saying
mass.
It all exists at the same time.
So it will know.
Falls through the trampoline and gets hit with a bowling.
Time is distorted.
Wake up, fuck.
Who's in the back?
The fabric of space is distorted by time and
ethereal reality.
Ether reality.
Ether reality. Go to sleep.
Ethereal reality.
Ether reality. Ether. Here's your reality.
What's reality? Ether.
Now that's reality. So listen.
Why does my bum hurt?
Ether.
That's a whole different gravity. That's a whole different gravity. Jesus, guys. How did you take it? You went off the rails again. This time it wasn't me.
We do not condone these actions or thoughts. They are not the direct representative of abstract transmissions.
We don't recommend anybody putting ether on their rectum.
Damn near killed them.
Dude,
that damn near killed him when they put the ether on the rectum.
I was gonna say damn near killed him. Probably just did kill him.
Just killed ether on the rectum?
Yeah,
it probably could. Well, I mean, you're soaking it all up. Well, no, like on your rectum, on the outside, not in your rectum.
And there's no filter.
God. Oh my God.
That's like the tampon and the vodka thing. You stick it up your bum.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a bad.
That's like alcohol
it's a bad scenario. Yeah.
Dip it in a toothbrush
tampons. Soaked tampons, man, and alcohol. I've heard that. That's a thing that happens in jails all the time. Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, dude.
Well, it helps you to keep you from getting toxic shock. I
guess. No. It's
more like
bad
toxic
news.
Spock.
Guys, bad news bears.
Spocker.
We're not condoning.
Either Spock or Shocker.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We're not condoning sticking tampons soaked with Zenka up your fucking ass to stave off the deets. But
who were the deets? I'd like to meet these interesting people.
And you survived.
They seem like they don't want to go away. No, I really don't want to meet those.
Fuck that. Didn't know about it until just now. You can give us credit if you lived, but if you died, then just keep that shit secret.
Delia
Which
deets.
you probably will.
Delia deets.
Beetlejuice.
Ouch.
Shake, Sonora.
Shake the DTs out.
God, okay, let's not. This is not funny. We're taking this to a dark place, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, here at Abstract Transmissions, we genuinely just don't give a fuck.
I'd expect no less.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what has to happen once in a while. Keeps our brains fresh.
This will be edited for general admission. No, I'm just
that would require too much time and effort.
Yeah,
this will be recorded for nocturnal emissions. Listen to it in your sleep.
I just edit the ends.
Ejaculation out of your ass.
The beginning and the ends. That's it. That's it. Just beginning and end. That's it.
Gotta have a good start, a good finish.
I put the music theme on there in the end, and whatever else is in there in between, and keep it. Unless my kid interrupts a podcast again from upstairs, my kid interrupts a podcast, going, "Dad, what are you?" Then I gotta edit that one out.
You're like, I'm doing a podcast.
Oh, good times. You know, the thing the better thing about life is just being able to say whatever's on your mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It is true.
Because I think this is why, like, a good example of why what's his name is so popular. Joe Rogan picked up so much steam as we were talking about this just recently as a podcast, because I mean there's a lot of successful podcasts out there.
Yeah,
but he's like the new
king of podcasts.
Howard Stern.
Carson.
You can even say Howard Stern, because Howard Stern was like the first radio.
That was like
the first podcast.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it above that. I'm gonna give him way more credit and say he's the new Jay Leno, the new Johnny Carson, the new night show host, because people aren't listening to that anymore. People don't care about short little interviews. people genuinely
care.
People genuinely care about. I don't want to get electrocuted from that. People don't care about short little interviews. People like long interviews like this.
Yeah.
People like to laugh along with the conversation.
Well, how else are you going to get to know, the interviewer or the interviewee?
Yeah.
Even then.
Get to know their thought process
at all.
Yeah. Because there's only so much, like, even as much as I say it's all rigged, there's only so much you can rid. You know what I mean? You could
heard that, man. I totally agree.
I could sit up here with cards all day and rattle my cards, but there's at one way, shape, or form, I'm gonna show emotion. There's no way as humans it can not happen. So it's like if I had 15 minutes, you bet your ass I'd be like, yibbity robot. I could just bust out whatever I needed and move on.
Right.
Any longer than that, you're trying to hold against who you are, which is why I have a problem with the media, because it's fake as fuck. Yeah. But
well, that's why these long form conversations are such a good thing, and like why I was like, fuck appliances. Let's just talk to people and get different guests and stuff. Yeah. And Justin was kind of on board with it as well. We're just like, that sounds like a really good idea. Yeah. And we were able to pick up some steam with like local. We were able to have Steve Marchand came on, and we had an on. Well, the thing that I think is what makes good guests on the show is the variety of types of guests. Yeah. Like this conversation that we've had today has been so productive and yet off the rails and fun and just a blast. That's what makes a good conversation. Right. It doesn't matter who the guest is, as long as it goes fluid and it's comfortable.
Right, exactly.
And people have fun. And
that's how I feel how life should be. Like, I shouldn't have to like worry and be anxious about who I am in life. I should be able to just have a conversation. Let's all just talk about it. Let's all just have a good time.
Absolutely. And I
definitely
mean,
gotta do it.
The cancel culture out there.
Do it.
Like it was funny because I say some pretty wild stuff sometimes on the air. Like the babies, the
pro cookie, and we're crazy.
The pro death, the pro
altogether
death discussion.
Mild. Did I just say? Oh, sure he did. He did.
Well, the discussion of pro-choice and pro-life, and I said it was pro-death because I said that babies don't really have consciousness until like months after
I don't remember
born.
anything. My earliest memory is maybe like
a rough
4,
one.
And there's one. There's like one.
I used to kick babies into.
I used to punch them when they're crowning.
I used to throw. They used to throw them into the pit if they didn't come out like pink, like in the Roman times. Not saying that that's right, but yeah.
Complaints could be emailed to this address.
We're just joking. Oh boy!
But you gotta let it all out there. That's the fun of it. You gotta let it all out there.
Yeah. You can't be serious all the time.
It's all fun and games, so you poke an eye out.
Even when you make jokes, even things that like affect you directly.
Brown eye out.
You gotta be able to.
Just gonna shoot your eye out.
Things in stride with, without you getting all butthurt about it. Like,
right. Exactly.
That personal.
It's funny though because this whole generation grew up on South Park and they're the most butthurt people of life.
Doesn't fucking make sense.
Yeah.
Born without stone blood.
I feel like we were more we were more raised on that, even though you're older than I am.
I wasn't even allowed to watch The Simpsons. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wasn't allowed to watch anything.
Different generations.
Dr.
God.
Dr. and Red Dwarf. And Red Dwarf was pushing it. And then I got to see Grizzly Adams and Bob Ross. And that was it.
Hey, happy little trees. Happy little podcast.
Yes. Happy and nice.
Yeah, I know. I'm using it.
Oh. Hey, regional.
Yeah.
It's a special day out there.
Special day. I know I still have to go to work.
You know why? Well, here's the thing about work. Do you like it?
I do actually. It's the first time I liked it.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
And I think that's especially when you're working in a kitchen.
Well, that's what it is. I left the kitchen work. You know me. I worked in the kitchen a long time.
That's where we met. Working in the kitchen together.
I went to community college. I went to work at Sig Sauer. I went to work at Seabrook Medical. CNC jobs. And they're all just as miserable as everybody in the restaurant business. You know what the difference between the restaurant business and the rest of society is? It's so much fun. Like, the job sucks. It does. But the people are so much more fun.
Especially when you have like a new place like you guys have, where it's like got that vibe and energy. Yeah. They're new, they're happy.
Exactly. When everybody's in a good attitude. There have been places where I've almost fought people, yes. But like for the most part, like most of the people that are still my good friends, like we all met in a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Man, I had some experiences in the kitchen.
and every time you go to a restaurant and work in another kitchen, they know somebody you know, which you probably had a good time with, partying, you know, or something doing with.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm getting older, so it's like, I don't want to party so much, but I want to like I want to find a good positive place to work. Yeah, that's what it boils down to. It doesn't have to be a restaurant. It doesn't have to be a supermarket. You know, I worked at Hannaford overnight for almost a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say
great company, really great company. They have really good benefits. They treat their people well. I just had to move on, you know.
Yep.
But you know, other places where they tell you to get certain jobs or whatever, if you're not happy there, don't. And I'm trying to tell people
I'd
that
never
work
in there. Yeah. Like, I couldn't do kitchens again because of the stress. Oh, I couldn't do it now anyway because of my ankle.
Yeah. But, there's a lot of stress in kitchens.
But the stress and the multitasking, like, I just fuck that, man. I'm just not.
The rest of my life is so relaxed though that I don't mind the stress.
I like making food.
Yeah, I love.
Too. I'm like really good at it, you know. Yeah. I had a lot of good luck learning a lot from culinary stuff, but I just don't.
As a job, it sucks because you lose that passion
to pump out tickets.
Well, that's what it is. It's like, and then the last thing you want to do is go home and cook dinner.
Oh, fucking
definitely don't want to do that.
No, you make it there.
Then you have to do your own dishes too, so you're like, fuck this.
It's like being a porn star and going home and jerking off.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I just had sex like 17 times today. Well, I should jerk off to some
and
more
we
porn.
would anyways. And we would anyways.
Ideally,
I hate my life. I hate my life.
Ideally, the place would let you take food home with you.
Well, that's what you end up doing. It's great for me because I'm on the move all the time, and I can, you know, if I didn't have to eat, I could afford anything I wanted. You know what I mean? Like,
Zingo.
It costs so much money just to eat.
Yeah,
that's not right.
Just think, if I didn't have
food,
I'd save a lot more money.
Yeah, and I have to get licenses and pay more money if I want to go hunt my food. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's bullshit. See, that's just all interference from the government.
Native Americans, so I'm gonna go hunt whatever I want. I'll probably just hit it with my car and eat it. So
I'm gonna hunt down a pizza.
I'm gonna pay extra for that.
Shoot arrows into a pizza.
The Roadkill Cafe.
Hunt down a pizza. Go shoot arrows.
Hunt down a pizza.
I cook it right on the grill of my engine.
It's like, this pizza tastes a little gamey, but it is wild, so I accept that.
It goes great with pineapple.
Stick it in the freezer and nobody will touch it. Not even I. For 2 years.
When you get it, you're like, I finally brought this wild game to its close. You know,
food chain, like, bitch.
It's a Sal's fucking pizza. Fucking get at this.
From the wild of fucking the North End.
Pizza with fur.
The fur burger.
The fur burger. I'm gonna hunt this fur burger down.
Fur burger
from the North End of Boston, Massachusetts.
This fur burger tastes gamey.
Oh, good God. For the record, I fucking love Sal's Pizza.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Oh, my
they
God,
fucking rule.
So good.
I haven't had them in a while.
Dude, that was my shit back in the day, dude. All the time I would get that. But they're so expensive to buy it from, like, Market Basket. Although that's exactly what I'm going to do when we leave here. Market Baskets. Oh, the time is closing soon.
Yes, it is. I gotta go to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've really had a good time.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's been a good one for sure.
You know, I can't think of something I'd rather do than talk out loud about existential ideas and nonsensical tangents.
Baby pizza delivery.
Where's my money, Brian?
Baby pizza delivery.
Hey, baby, it's a boy.
Hey, baby, it's a pizza delivery
It's a
boy.
pizza boy.
Bob, we have
Baby,
baby
it's a
pizza
pizza
boy.
boy.
Add a baby pizza boy.
We have a baby pizza boy.
It's a new name for
Ooh,
a
bless you.
porno. Add a baby pizza boy.
Had a baby pizza boy.
It shows up there's a hole in the pizza box. Hey.
I'm a pizza
It's
boy.
important
Baby pizza
that
boy.
you know him.
No, your pizza.
We got a baby pizza boy.
Everybody order pizzas because it's Pizza Boy
And
Day.
a baby pizza boy.
Baby pizza boy.
We had a baby pizza boy. Had a baby pizza.
Ed, where'd he go?
So this is what we do. This is what we do. We fill your ears
Here's a
with
pizza boy. Okay, not
nonsense.
pizza.
It's a good time. You know why we do this? Oh, because we enjoy all of you. If I got some Mr. Rogers music in the background right now, I'd have one
Would
of those
you be
moments. But
my neighbor?
yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking.
Would
That's
you be my pizza?
boy?
Well, folks, we thank you once again for listening, and Raj, we as always we thank you.
Yeah, it's good to
you.
see you, man. It's
Yeah,
been,
you too.
been a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a little. Yeah, last time I saw you was a benefit. I
Yeah.
got to talk to you for like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what better scenario to do it than to share with the entire world?
Yeah, right.
Indeed.
Jazz hands.
Pirate radio. That's what podcasts are, man. Pirate radio.
They really are. Yeah.
You know, so
You're in a basement somewhere
Yeah.
talking shit about the government.
that's it. That's it, man.
Woody Harrelson,
That's it.
2012.
But seriously, pirate radio is taking over the airwaves, and we want to thank those people those people who contribute to this type of pirate radio. So as always, we thank you for listening, and if you can, check us out on Patreon and Spotify. Oh yeah,
Yes.
so all
that's
of
where
the,
I listen. Spotify.
the podcast
Spotify
platforms.
Wild.
If I have to talk about a brand, Spotify is the shit.
Yeah. So we don't necessarily have a specific platform that we suggest, but we have. We're on pretty much every platform. If
Use
you
them all.
Use them all. Yeah, turn them all.
If you don't,
it.
Do it all. Do it all.
if you don't
Do it.
see your
Send
favorite platform, let us know,
Yeah.
and we'll try to set you up with.
Nice. Yeah, do Spotify.
So thank you all for listening, and as always, abstract here, abstract there.
Ow.
Abstract Transmissions.